Welcome back everyone, I'm the Depressed Eeyore and this is Final Fantasy Tactics 1.3. So, a little bit of an update. Let's see, I think our highest level character is Auric, who is at level 10 right now. For those who don't know, Auric's goal was to become a Lancer. I have unlocked the class, but I'm not going to change him into a Lancer until I actually have a spear to give him. So he's going to stay a Thief, which is convenient because he has most of the steel skills except for steel armor, so I want to take advantage of that as much as I can. Do you have steel armor? You do not. Okay. Aran, I have gotten her Lancer 4, which is 1/2 of the requirements to becoming a Dancer. So, but it's going to take me a little bit, it'll take me a little while longer for her to unlock the other requirements. I have to hit level 3 Monk and then level 4 Geomancer for her to get Dancer. And once that's happened, she'll be good to go. But yeah, as requested, I am keeping her as a marksman. She's going to be sticking with the longbow for now and concentrate and all that stuff, so she's a pretty reliable sniper. Forge. Forge is, as far as I can tell, mostly complete. The creator of this character did mention, or the commenter that made this character, mention in the future chapters maybe changing into a samurai. But until I get confirmation on that, I will go ahead and stick with Knight. He wanted Knight with Geomancer secondary and attack up. So that's exactly what I got. I got attack up, and I have every single elemental ability. So he is good to go. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Besides that, I also managed to get a few leather mantles from that random encounter I showed off a while ago. Where the majority of the enemies have, they either have battle boots or they have leather mantles, and you can't get leather mantles until chapter 2, so I went ahead and stole a bunch of them, and I'm currently using them. That extra 15% evasion for attack and magic is not too shabby. It also works whenever you're being attacked from behind, so that's always good. Let's see, Auric. Okay, I already talked about Auric. Talked about Aram, we just talked about Forge. Ramza. So Ramza, I went and got his priest stuff taken care of. I just recently got Holy. He doesn't have enough MP to use Holy, but he has it now. So anything else he gets, I'll probably just get from crystals. So yeah, he's good to go. He does have equipped shield active, but that's because I have nothing better to give him there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't think I... actually... I can give him maintenance, actually, and that's actually a good idea. Let's give him maintenance, so his stuff can't be stolen. And since I swapped out of that, it re-optimized my gear. There we go, that's better. So now his stuff can't be broken, so that's good. Alright, Shazad. I mean, the last thing I heard about it was just make a knight with high defense, and that's exactly what I have right now. His evasion's as high as it could be right now with the gear we have access to. And he has defend if I ever want to use it. And then this is a guy I made myself. This is Renazuki. He is level 1. He will stay level 1, and his existence is to be purely a punching bag for the rest of the group. So I mentioned before that the amount of experience you get is based off level difference between you and the target. And at this, so for example, if I had like Ramza or Auric attack Renazuki, or use potions on him, they would get about 2 experience, but they would still get the maximum amount of job points that they are expected. Speaking of job points, the amount of job points you get is based off whatever your current job class is and what that job level is. So it's 10 plus 2 times your level. So for Thief, right now, he recently hit level 7, so he would get 24 job points per action. So the more levels you get in that job, the more job points you get for it. Anyway, also I recently created Area. Area is right now currently not equipped with anything because I'm actually short on cash. But her goal was, the goals that were set for her was Samurai, and Samurai with Regenerator and 2 swords. I have taken care of the Regenerator part. That is a reactionary ability from Priest, which makes it so you can, whenever you get hit, there's a chance you can get trigger regeneration on yourself. Besides that, it's going to be a while before I unlock. I need to unlock Samurai, and 2 swords is a ninja ability, so essentially I'm going for practically both of the top tier physical classes. So it's going to be a little while, but I went ahead and I had the money laying around a while ago, and I went ahead and unlocked her. Also, I went ahead and sorry. I also hired her so she can get some experience and stuff, and so I can spread the experience out a little bit more. Sorry, I'm turning up my volume so I can hear when the actual music stutters, which is really hard because the freaking knob for the speaker is being blocked by a cat. Anyway, but yeah, so for Rinazuki, I've been taking him on mission on random encounters and then having him just get punched a bunch, which helped get a lot of job points that I really needed. For example, I needed 950 job points to get done with the Geomancer stuff. And you need absolutely tons of job points to get the steel abilities. And I've been having pretty poor luck on getting any steel abilities from crystals or anything like that, so it is what it is. Anyway, so we're good to go. Gear-wise, I didn't really upgrade Delita or Algus at all. They're kind of just stuck with what they have, because I honestly can't afford it. The easiest way to kind of get job points and experience is to have someone take a bunch of hits or hit them yourself, and then just keep using potions on them, which adds up. I've spent thousands upon thousands of gold or gil on potions doing this method, but it's working out, and we are a little over leveled, but we're not. It's not as bad as my personal save, so it's not too shabby. And I don't really plan on, and we're probably not going to get too much experience from fighting any of these quest battles, so it should be fine. Anyway, let's go ahead and go to Thieves Fort. This is the last fight that Algus will be participating in, so once we handle this, we'll go ahead and drop his stuff and never worry about him until he shows up again. Anyway, so this is probably the grinding I just did was probably the last I'll be doing for the chapter, maybe. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying my best to keep the level limited. At this point, I think we're okay, but we'll see. Anyway, we're going to be taking Aura because I do want to steal some stuff. And who else do we want to take? Let's take Chizad. And let's take... I'm kind of curious to see how strong Forge's attacks are, so let's take Forge. That's pretty much it. So the main focus here is I need to steal. There's a few items I want to steal, and then besides that, it's really, there might be a few crystals, but for the most part, I'm probably just going to leave Algus and Delita to do most of the work for us. Shouldn't have to worry too much about getting experience. Oh, by the way, Killing Blows does give you an additional bonus, XP bonus, which is usually a percentage, so but you guys probably already know about that. So yeah, we came back to Igor's castle or whatever, and of course our brother was not happy about us disobeying orders, and then decided to go ahead and let us go after one of the mini deathcore camps or bases that were seen around, and we're kind of clearing out the last of them. Alright, a lot of thieves in this fight. And funnily enough, Algus says, hey, you helped me out, so I'm going to stick with you till the end. Unfortunately, that ends pretty much this battle. Anyway, this is the first battle where we get a requirement to just beat the quote-unquote leader. If we defeat the leader, she'll run away, and the battle will just end. But we're dealing with 3 thieves. All of them, of course, have automatic concentration, which means they auto-hit on pretty much all their attacks, including Guild Toss. And then they have 2 priests, which are going to have some healing spells and possibly some offensive spells such as Holy Strike and things like that. If you have a lot of female characters, this can be a little dangerous because obviously I'm pretty sure every single one of these thieves has Steel Heart. Level-wise, level 5, 6, 6, 4, and Miluda is level 7 and 5. So we're a little higher level, except for Chizad, who's equal level to Miluda. Oh, and we might as well look at their stats as well. So battle skill, weapon guard, steel, nothing too special. They have small mantles, which are... We can actually buy small mantles now, but we have leather, so that's better. Battle skill, caution, jump +1, nothing too special. Basic skill. White magic and black magic. And she actually has a white staff. White magic and basic skill. And she is Miluda, who is a white knight. Holy knight who wears the armor of purity, drives away enemies with holy sword skill from his pure soul. Of course, she's actually using battle skill. Now, I remember playing through 1.3 at some point, and Miluda had some unique abilities like Fireball or something like that. But I haven't seen her do it since I've started playing this game again, so I don't know. She also has a equipped sword for some reason. But anyway, so yeah, battle skill, precision, counter, move +1. She's pretty tanky. But what I want is actually this bronze shield, because it's a higher tier shield. Everything else I don't really need. We're also at the point where we can actually buy parry swords, so that's not really that big of a deal either. She does have innate 20 evasion, which is pretty good. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and have Aura King back for right now. That's completely... Actually, well, it's either I can either that or I steal heart. We'll wait. That's fine. Let everyone come to us first. Alright, Delita's gonna move in. She's both of our guests only have long swords, which is still pretty good. Slightly weaker than parry swords. But yeah, I used up practically all of my money buying replacement gear for stuff that got broken because of battle skills, and the rest of it was spent on potions. And right now I have like 6 potions left, and I originally had 55 on my last random encounter. Anyway, heal's being cast, or cure's being cast, so I'm just gonna go ahead and head over here and take out this guy before the heal goes off, or attempt to and fail. I shouldn't really be this close together, but that's fine. Alright, we can do 13 damage with this spell. I think it's because our magic power is actually rather low, but that's okay. All elemental abilities have a 20% chance to cause a status ailment based off the element you're channeling. The element that you activate is completely based off the terrain you're standing in. So right now I'm standing in wooden floor, which activates demon fire. And if you don't happen to have that correct element when you're standing on that tile, then you can't use elements. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and use this. It can put people to sleep, but I want to make sure this person actually dies. Good. Still, it's a ranged attack. It always hits. Doesn't cost anything, and like I said, it always has a 20% chance of causing status ailments based off the specific element you're activating. So it's not too shabby. So here's not going to do much. Just going to heal us, but we're already maxed. And apparently she was casting Cure as well, I didn't even notice. Alright, so main target here is we're going to go ahead and try to steal a shield. 89%? Good stuff. So we got a bronze shield. That's really all I wanted from her. And it doesn't really matter that my back is facing this thief, because thieves have 100% hit chance. Just like he does. Alright, taking some hits, that's fine. Wow. She hits hard, by the way. Alright. Go ahead and get him back up. I only have so many Phoenix Downs, but that's okay. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and have you fall back and heal. We don't exactly have the potions laying around to lay around. Good hit. Yep, they're going for the casters, that's good. Problem with the guest system is you don't use it that often. Like, you have the tutorial battle where you have like all of them be guests, but you didn't really do anything with them. I mean, this first chapter where you have to lead it is pretty much the main chapter where you actually mess around with the guest mechanic, where they only participate in story battles, and whatever they get from the story battles is what you have to work with. But yeah, I mean, chapter 2 will have a few guests, but it's gonna quickly they're either gonna leave the party or join as actual party members. So yeah, not the best. All right, let's What's my chances of doing weapon break? 63%. There you go. Took out her parry sword. Hopefully that'll help a little bit. And let's put you to sleep. Nope. Got a little damage though. They might have changed elements. I know in the base game, if you had things like attack up, that boosted elements, but it could be spell damage now. Now, eventually we can get some swords and things for knights to kind of boost your magic power. Elemental damage is based off physical and magic attack power. And knights, unfortunately, don't exactly have the highest magic power out the gate. You can improve it, but right now we don't have the items to do that. So even if I had the MP to cast Holy, it wouldn't probably do that much damage. It'll still do tons, but not a crazy amount. Could steal some white staffs, but honestly I don't really need them. It'd be great for like a support caster, but we don't exactly have support. We don't have any primary support casters right now, so as of recording this, no one's really wanted to be a primary spellcaster class, which I think was how it went in my previous playthrough as well. So it is what it is. Alright, I want to go ahead and move here. Caution you, or I can hit this. I can hit her. Let's go for him. Caution, that's fine. Not a big deal. Also, taking out that parry sword is probably dropped Miluda's evasion quite a bit, assuming she has weapon guard. But yeah, the problem with guests usually is, unless you actually make an effort to try to get them some levels and job levels, what usually happens in a lot of these story battles is the guests will run up and then just get killed. I mean, sometimes they can help out by, like, you know, using items and stuff, but for the most part their purpose is not great. But just putting in, you know, letting Delita get some experience and job levels to become a knight is made them actually reasonably useful. So definitely no complaints there. rate. Oh my god, I forgot to equip white magic. I'm an idiot. I was like, wow. I was like, okay, I'll just use Ram's cure spell, and I completely forgot to swap that back in. The reason it's unequipped is because I was leveling him up, getting him job points as a priest, and so that was his primary ability. And since that's no longer the case, yeah, so not the best situation to be in. That's okay. Okay, Forge is level 10 now. I think Delita's been just forcing her to heal every turn, which is fine. I think Miluda runs away if all the bodies disappear as well. I don't remember exactly. Time strike. Yep, good luck on that. Okay, so that guy had battle skill, which missed. Or not battle skill, basic skill. Okay, that's just being annoying. Alright, chest there, that's fine. I don't think I can reach him. Nope, I can't. That's fine, we'll go here. And get a mithril knife. Status she's immune to status effects. Yep, she's immune to status effects. I know this because, yeah, she's immune to status effects. She's classified as a boss. Okay. Kind of annoying. Can I speedrun you? Yeah, she's immune to status effects. So this is one of the issues I had with 1.3. Well, I'm not sure. It might have been the case in the base game as well, but I don't like the fact that characters just have innate abilities to be immune to status effects without it being mentioned. Which it's not mentioned anywhere. So, I mean, if it was some sort of thing like, okay, if I look up her White Knight stuff, it says, you know, passive ability, immune to status effects. At least that tells me. It's still kind of lame, but at least it tells me. Well, yeah, I don't like hidden modifiers in games. Alright, well, in any case, let's go ahead and put some pressure on Miluda. We can debuff her attack power, so let's go ahead and do that. And it missed. Because, you know, 70%. She'll eventually run out of MP. Are you gonna heal me? Oh, you're using my high potion? Oh, fine. Whatever. Oh, you're gonna heal him instead. Good for you. I'll trade blows, that's fine. Bonk. Blocked. She's still pretty tough even with her bare hands, but not so bad. Her breaking our gear is gonna be an issue if that becomes a thing. We'll probably just go ahead and focus her down now, because I'm not gonna wait for bodies to disappear. The only spell I really want on Ramza for free is Spirit Surge, because obviously I can't afford anything else at the moment. %, or 97%. And that reduced, you know, max HP by 45 points, so not too shabby. Oh, come on. Alright, Chizad's getting some experience. So there you go, since we're facing her now, it's a lot less chance, smaller chance. Unfortunately, with my luck, one of our weapons is going to break it but before the end of this battle, but we'll see. Oh, you can drain MP? Alright, go for it. It missed. Getting up on Delita, not a big deal. And you know what, while we're... Oh, I don't have steel armor. Okay, fine, I'm just taking your accessory while I'm at it. Here. Yoink. Some free battle boots. But yeah, Chapter 2 will be probably when Auric becomes a Lancer, because by then I'll actually have... hopefully we'll have access to spears. That's the end of the battle. Actually, no, it's not, because we do take her down. Yep, called it. 19% chance, succeeded. Okay. Alright, you know what, we're just gonna... Well, how long do we have before the other bodies disappear? Yeah, we'll just take you out. Let's just get this over with. We did get a bronze shield out of it, so not too shabby. And we get ourselves some more bronze stuff. So we now have 2 of those shields. Anyway, some junk about nobles and peasants and Algus being a jerk. And we end up letting her go. Which doesn't really matter too much, because we're going to run into her really soon. And she's just going to kind of throw her life away, which is kind of annoying. But that's kind of how it is for a lot of Squaresoft games, or Square Enix in this case. Or later case. Very linear RPGs with not very much that you can influence. Oh, by the way, Delita's sister is about to be kidnapped. Anyway, the glitch stuff, that's all because of the emulation. Yeah, I just want to get through this so I can check out our new stuff. I need to go buy a new parry sword too. Hey, anybody there? Alright. So we got Chizad. I keep thinking I'm pronouncing that name wrong. Yeah, Chizad. We got Chizad caught up a little bit in levels, which is good. So yeah, no complaints there. We did lose a parry sword, which sucks. But we did get a bronze shield, which has three more physical evasion over a buckler. So with all that, and once we get a parry sword, that'll be like 81% physical evasion. So yeah, not too shabby. And who else do we want to give that? And before I forget, you know, it works a lot better when you have white magic actually equipped. Alright, besides that, unfortunately a lot of these upcoming battles we're still going to be stuck with only 4 people. Also, we're going to go ahead and remove all of August's stuff because he doesn't need it anymore because he's leaving the party. But yeah, I think that's about it. Auric needs about 250 more job points to get steel armor, and then he'll have all the stealing skills. Erin has a few of her own because she got some from crystals, but she doesn't have all of them, unfortunately. Steel weapon will definitely be useful in some of the upcoming battles because then you get us, I think you can get us a few mithril swords for it. And mithril swords are actually really good for spellcasters, or for spellcasting knights, so definitely want those. Anyway, let's go ahead and save real quick, and I will attempt to get to I'll attempt to see if I can get another parry sword. Okay. We'll skip through all this, and I'm gonna go buy a parry sword, and then we'll probably call it good. We're pretty close to being finished with the chapter. We have 3 more fights. And all of them are boss fights, for the most part. Because guess what? We're going to run into Miluda next, then we're going to run into Weegraf. We're going to run into Weegraf next, and then we'll have the final battle of the chapter. And then we will go back to present time with better stats than what we did for the tutorial fight. Anyway, they're talking about how they're about to close in on the Death Core. And they claim that, you know, or Ramses' brother claims that they'll make sure that Tita is saved beforehand. But August is like, yeah, well, probably not, because nobles don't give a shit. And Delita's pissed. But yeah, as far as the guest system, I kind of wish if they had, I mean, there's not much you can do about it now. The game's already out, been out for a while. But if they were gonna use it, I wish, or they are using it. Sorry. They should have used it more if they were gonna intend it to be kind of like a mechanic in the game, like treat them like, I don't know, Pokemon or whatever. If you actually put forth the effort and train them up during story fights, they get pretty decent. But you ignore them, they kind of just suck. But like I said, this chapter and the start of chapter 2 is probably it's going to be kind of the only situations where we're going to be dealing with a lot of guest characters. So not much for us to work with. Anyway, let's go ahead and get stocked up on this stuff because we're going to need a bunch of it. Okay, that's a little too much. There we go. And there you go. We're all good on items, and I don't really need to do any significant grinding, so we should be good to go. I think if you finish the fighting the plains here, you can come back to the towns and actually find some better gear, but I don't intend on doing that. But before we start going on these on these story things. I will show off the fights for Swiggy Woods and Zekless Desert if I can. And then after that, we'll continue on with the story stuff. Anyway, I am The Depressed Eeyore, and this was Final Fantasy Tactics 1.3. See you guys later.